What is Auburn Road Vineyards?
Auburn Road Vineyards is a little winery in Salem County, New Jersey, about 40 minutes south of Philadelphia, about 20 minutes from Wilmington, Delaware. We have about 23 acres that of grapes that we grow. We make about 14 different varieties of wine, and we're one of about 50 or so vineyards in the state of New Jersey. It started with my wife, who's our winemaker, Jules, and I, and a couple of partners who were professionals. I was a corporate lawyer, Jules was a litigator in Philadelphia, and we went collectively insane and quit our lives in the city and moved out here to the country, never having farmed a day in our lives, never having made a drinkable bottle of wine, so that we could do this 12 hours a day for the next 15 years. And usually we get really busy through the summer and the fall, and then you kind of survive the winter. But it was, we had a great January, a great February, and the first half of March was terrific, and then we got shut down on March 16. What have we done since the shutdown? Worked harder than we did before the shutdown. We were lucky in the sense that we were deemed an essential business, don't know why, but good. So we were able to have some money coming in from curbside pickup of wine and pizza. The downside was we had to still keep operating the farm. So we kept most of our full-time people on, and they stayed with us and even worked extra hours that we couldn't pay them for. We stopped paying ourselves. We had to let all of our front room folks go. I think it was maybe the 17th or 18th of March, and I got the crew together and I said, look, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging. So, we're just going to start working today, figure out a way that we can financially survive, and then go to work on the place and go to work on the business. And when we do reopen, that it'll be, 10 times what it was, hopefully.
The vineyard being closed for a couple months, I'm really hoping that we have a lot of new faces come out. We already have our online reservation tool available, so people can start signing up for their spots now to make sure that we are, one, providing for our customers, and two, providing the proper precautions due to COVID-19 and maintaining social distancing.
I think above all, we want to make sure that everybody's safe, right? I mean, we want to get open, we want to start making money again, but this is real. Do all the things that we need to do to make sure that everybody who does come is safe, and we're going to keep doing the curbside pickup for those folks who are still afraid. But yeah, so we're going to do what we can to make sure everybody's safe and hope it doesn't rain.
This is our crush pad curbside carryout area. So when customers call and want wine or pizza to go, they call to place a scheduled pickup, and then we get their order, their credit card information, and then when they pull up, we help put the wine in the back of their car, the pizza in the back of their car, and it's really nice for our customers to have that.
It's great. It's great. It's the times we're living in. It's the next best thing.
Keeps everybody safe.
Yeah.
It works. I'd rather be outside, but whatever. You have to do what you have to do.
This is our first time, but it's great.
And it's not as good as going in, though.
We are heading to go find some fence posts so that we can fix up some of the split rail fences that have gotten knocked down over the last 3 months or so. Just kind of routine maintenance, getting things cleaned up, making sure everything looks perfect, or as perfect as possible. We kind of want to give the impression when everybody shows up again that everything is in its place and everything is ready to go, just like we were, opening up brand new, which kind of feels like we are in a certain level.
We're going to try to do a lot of indoor prep for our opening, updating all the chalkboards with different additions and changes, and our most recent calendar of events, which last, when we erased them, was from March and February. So this is very exciting because we're moving forward.
So we met with some of our new staff and maybe staff that needed a little refresher. Went over our POS system, which is our computerized system. We explained how the new processes are going to work and how we're going to do flights. The reason why we decided to simplify things were to make it easier, to make the process easier, to make things less complicated, so we can work smarter and be more efficient.
Tina and I have been working really hard at trying to figure out every possible way to communicate to customers so they know where to go and where things are going to be at with the new model, with reopening and not necessarily being open on the inside. It causes some confusion, so we're making up as many signs as we can to communicate to our customers.
I just added the floor markings with masking tape to the floor every 6 feet for for our customers to either use the restroom or to buy wine to go.
The thing that I think is freaking everybody out is under normal circumstances, just bottling alone is a massive undertaking, or just having, basically the equivalent of a Saturday out here is a major undertaking. We're going to be doing both of them together at the same time on a Monday morning, which I think everybody's a little bit freaked out about. So this is the storage building. So this is at the far end of the property, and this is where we keep all of the wine after it's bottled and before it goes down to the enoteca. This is where we store bulk wine. We keep new and used barrels and anything else that we don't need right at the moment. We keep it up here, and then when we need it, we bring it down to the enoteca. So we just unloaded 20,000 wine bottles, which is right behind you there. And that is what we're going to be bottling on Monday. We're going to fill all those guys up. So we took them off the truck. We're going to stick them in the back building and store them there till Monday, and then bring them around sort of pallet by pallet and fill them up. So the question is, what is going on and what is wrong with these speakers? I have no idea. So we're about to have outdoor service with no outdoor music because all of these speakers we just put in don't work. So got to figure that out. Yeah.
My name is Larry. I'm from Woodstown Music here in the area. I'm connected to the winery here because I always have been. As long as they've been open, I've been helping out with music and sound and players out here. I came out here today because Scott called me and said he was having some problems with the outdoor music. Turned out there was a wire off. We were able to find the wire and repair it, and everything's good to go now. Technically speaking, I've been closed since late March, just like every non-essential business, except as soon as people started breaking guitar strings, I suddenly became essential and they started calling me. People got to play,
So we just got the tent up, which is awesome. And so that will provide hopefully shade on hot days and protection when it rains. So that's the next step. And then we're going to lay out the rest of the courtyard, and we're getting that much closer, which is cool.
We're trying to figure out where we can put stations for our servers and the customers to put their recycling, their compostable stuff, their wine glasses, and their tasting flight trees. So we want an easy place for everything to kind of go back to in case because we don't want them to go inside. So trying to find locations and making it labeled and easy for everybody.
We're planting flowers, repainting our rain barrel here, just the little stuff we got to finish up. All right, so it is game day, man. We've been out there in the vineyard since 5:30. The bottling truck came last night, so the crew is just about to start bottling. It's about 8 o'clock right now. In a couple hours, the enoteca crew is going to come in and start getting everything ready for everybody to show up at noon. The bottling guys are going to go till about 4 or 5, and then this is going to go from noon to about 7. And we're ready. We're excited. Didn't sleep much last night, so this is going to be cool. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed, baby.
So here at Auburn Road, we use a mobile bottling truck that comes to us with all of the bottling equipment on their trailer. The morning of the bottling day, we bring down all the empty bottles and start to prep and load it onto the truck. The crew that we bring in then loads it onto a conveyor belt on the back of the truck, which then pulls it into the equipment that will take over. The bottling line will prepare the empty bottle by washing it and sparging it with a gas. Then once it's cleaned, it will go into the filling section and the wine will be filled up to a pre-measured amount. Then it will go into a closure section, whether it's going to be a cork or a screw cap. Then we capsule it if it is corked. Then it goes down the line to the labeling section. Once it completes the labeling, it will come all the way back down the truck to the end, where our crew will take it from the conveyor belt, put it back in the empty box. We then will tape it and label it with an identification of what wine, the date, and put it back on pallet and forklift it to the back barn, where it will be stored until it's ready to be served to the customer.
So we have a lot of signs out for our customers to read. It says bottle sales to go, so they know to come inside. We're still running our crush pad pickup, so they know where to park to get their pizza and wine to go. And then we have signs that says reservations only, so customers know that they can't come in without a reservation in the beginning. We may change that later, we'll see.
Laying out the tent, making sure everything's 6 feet apart, putting the tables and chairs out. And this is just about the last piece of the puzzle, I think. But this is a good dry run to kind of see. Servers all getting it? They're all...
Yeah, they're loving it. The flights are going really well.
Are they?
Yeah, I think it's going really well.
It's all going according to plan.
It's great. I finally can go outside. It's a good time.
I like how they set things up and we don't have to wear masks while we're sitting here.
I'm super excited. I'm definitely a winery goer, so this is exciting for me.
I know the businesses are really looking forward to getting back to somewhat normal, and they certainly need the patrons in the business, so I'm happy for them.
So we are at almost the end of Monday. We have a couple hours left to go, and still a nice crowd out there. Today was a really great day. Everybody was happy. The staff did a great job. The bottling guys did an amazing job. Kind of a dry run. There's a lot of stuff that we recognized that we hadn't thought about or we didn't do quite right. So we learned a lot from today, which will be good because today is about half as busy as the weekend is going to be. The weekend's going to be crazy busy, which is awesome. It's good though, because we got through it. We're going to fix stuff, come back at it again tomorrow, and get ready for the weekend to come up, when we're going to hopefully have it fine-tuned, and then we will see if it survives the stress test of a Saturday in the summertime. So it's great to have people back. It's great to be back. I can't even tell you how great it is to be back. So it feels pretty good. It feels really good.
After a big project like bottling, it gives us a chance to slow down and clean, think about the year ahead. We're going to reorganize, throw out trash, all the basics.
We're adjusting our layout, our new layout for social distancing. We're moving some tables today. We found that we got more 6 tops than we did 4 tops. So we're going to kind of move the tables around for social distancing. Keeping social distancing, but just move them around to make it equal a little bit.
Let's look at the weather app, shall we? Now keep in mind, by the way, that the thing that we have going for us here is that we are allowed to be open, but only outdoors. So nobody can come inside except to use the lavatory, which is great because, you know, we can have people outside and we have tons of space outside. So if the weather holds out, this is a good thing for us. Now, the point where this becomes a bummer is if it rains. Now, as I look on the weather app, after today, all we have is rain. It is Thursday, it's gonna rain. Friday, it's gonna rain. Saturday, it's gonna rain. Sunday, it's gonna rain. And then the rest of the week after that, it's going to rain. So, we're just gonna have to deal with that. Today is open mic night tonight, which is going to be our first attempt at putting music out on the stage outdoors. Hopefully the weather holds out. I think another whole bunch of reservations for today. The last 3 days have been great. So we're still kind of working out the rough edges, but so far so good. And now this is kind of the real test. So today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Sunday of course is Father's Day. So we'll be busy then too. So, you know, we've spent early part of the week trying to figure out how everything works, and now we're going into the weekend, and this is the stress test. See how it holds up. So here's to hoping. So we'll see what happens. We are in mid-afternoon on Thursday. So far so good. It's hot as hell outside, but nothing wrong with that. Still working out some kinks, trying to make sure that we keep the dishes moving, and it's all just part of the process. It's a tedious part of the process, but it's good. We got lots of reservations for tonight. Looks like the weather's going to hold out. So far so good.
I've been doing the open mic here probably 10 years. Originally it was once a month, then it was once every 2 weeks, and then it was every week. Ever since he opened, I've been out here trying to foster a situation where people can come out and do original songs.
I like this place. Always have a good time. Larry's great, and just have a good feeling about the place, you know. Makes you feel real comfortable.
It is towards the end of Thursday night, and turned out to be a gorgeous night. The place is packed, lots of good musicians, and it was a lot of fun. I think we passed the first big test. It was cool. It's cool to get back out there and play again. It's nice to have it all back going again. So, see you tomorrow.
Okay, so today's Friday, our first Friday open. And we noticed when we were doing the curbside pickup, we would get the most pizza orders on Friday. So we thought to ourselves, this could be a good thing. And we're anticipating a full house outside again, as we were yesterday, and lots of pizzas were going to be sold, I hope.
So we have a lot of reservations today. Unfortunately, there is a chance of rain this afternoon, a thunderstorm between 3 and 4 o'clock. So we do have a game plan to work that out if there's a chance of thunder or lightning.
I know at this point I'm just getting really tired. It's been a long, long week. So I want to get through today and get through tomorrow, and I don't know, maybe get really high on Sunday.
So our order just came in. I was a little bit panicked that we weren't going to have more cheese and crackers. Due to COVID, we are still having issues with getting orders on time. A typical day would be a 2-day turnaround to get food delivered, and sometimes it can be up to 4 or 5 days. So I just got the food for the weekend. I'm so happy.
Okay, so it is late Friday afternoon, early Friday evening, and got a decent little crowd out here. I think we're sold out for most of the night, and then tomorrow is going to be a big day. We have 350 some odd reservations. It's supposed to thunderstorm the entire day, and we have live music tomorrow night. So we have been working up to this. Tomorrow we'll see what happens. So far, so good. And it helps mid-shift to drink a little tequila. That's the secret. But we'll see what happens. So at 11:58, people started to queue up at the host stand, so people are already starting to file in. We're finishing up, putting up the chairs. I'm going to try to find some more umbrellas because it is really soupy out here. People are already here. It's not even 10 after 12 yet. Yeah, 11 after 12. It's going to be a busy day, but it's good. It's all good.
So I'm going to head out and get more supplies because we're inundated with reservations, which is wonderful, and we're running low on supplies. So I'm actually going to head to Delaware to get some more stuff.
Generally Saturdays, especially Saturdays in the summer, tend to be busy, but nothing like this. This is going to be pretty intense, I think, because I think people are really excited to get out of their houses. But I think this is going to be crazier than your normal Saturday, I think. If I could have your attention, please, everybody. My name is Scott. I am, me and my wife Julianne own this place. I'd like to first thank you all for coming out on this beautiful Saturday night. I can't actually begin to tell you, actually I can, how long it's been that I've been waiting for this exact moment. It's been 3 months and 4 days that I've been dreaming about this. Yeah. And I just want to take a quick moment to propose a toast, and that toast is to all of you. We, all of us, small businesses, Woodstown Music, who is hosting tonight, us, Auburn Road, and all the other small businesses that are out there. We are here today because of you guys, and thank you so much for that on behalf of all of us, because it has been, as I'm sure you all know, a bit of a rough ride. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now it is my pleasure to introduce tonight's performers. When we realized and we heard that we were finally going to be able to open up tonight for outdoor seating, we were like, oh great, we get to do music, and of course it was never a question we would do this again, but when it came to the decision of who we were going to have reopen the Vineyard stage for us after all this time, it was never a question if he would have us, and he would. So we are super excited to have him here. He's been part of this Auburn Road, Woodstown Music extended family, certainly from our beginning, and I think from Larry's as well. So there was nobody else who was going to do this for us, and thank you for doing that, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Simon and George Thompson.
people just are very accepting here of any type of music.
I think these guys are very good musicians. The only complaint I have that he doesn't do any Joe Walsh because he looks like he could be a good Joe Walsh guy.
It's authentic, it's laid back, it's relaxed, and Auburn Road is it matches their wine. Their wine's authentic and relaxed too.
So here we are, halfway through the set that Craig and George are doing. Place is packed. We fit everybody in. Everybody's happy and having a good time. Skies are clear. Didn't rain, not even once, which is kind of hard to believe. We still have Father's Day tomorrow, which is cool, and all of next week. So yeah, we made it through. This has been great, and this has been such a boost, I think not just for us, but certainly for everybody that's really enjoyed themselves, which is great. But we know that this is way far from done without a vaccine and without a treatment and without still understanding how this all really works. We're kind of got to be prepared for anything. In Maryland and DC and Massachusetts, they're opening indoors for 50% occupancy for indoor seating. You know, 50% occupancy for us is 35 people. So come November and December and January, 35 people on a given night ain't necessarily going to be enough to keep us alive. So we're going to, plan ahead and be ready for whatever comes next. As I said, everybody out there, I mean, thanks to everybody who supported small business, who supported us and continues to support us. And, not just us, Auburn Road, but all the small businesses that are out there and all the small restaurants and all the guys that weren't lucky like us and made it out. Because this is a long way from being done. I have a very serious feeling. So we're going to enjoy tonight and work hard tomorrow and get up the next day after that and work hard that day. And if you keep working hard and you get a little bit of luck, you get to keep on doing business. So cheers to everybody that supports small local business, supported us, and be safe and be well. God, that's fucking good. Here we are Sunday night, and we're going to, we're just about to go take a run into the vineyard and start plan for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and get back to normal business somewhat. That even before the excitement of the shutdown and reopening and everything else. This was already the world's most complicated small business, and so now we're getting back to the normal complications of the world's most complicated small business. We've got the farming, we got the winemaking, we got the hospitality, we got all the other stuff that goes on, but it's good, right? Right. Yeah. And given all the stuff that we, along with everybody else, have endured for the last several months, I don't think I'd do anything differently. Would you? That was a no.
No. No.
Anyhow, it's all good. Peace out. This is my dad's Greek sailor cap. So my dad was a CPA. He was an accountant in Philadelphia, and we actually worked in a lot of the same places and knew a lot of the same people. And he lived in a little place called Pier 5, I guess, right on the river, right on the Delaware River. And he always wanted to get a boat, right? And so for his 60th birthday, we bought him, we rented him the slip right outside of his apartment. right on the Delaware River, and we bought him this sailor's cap. And it was going to be up to him to buy the boat, but we bought him the slip and gave him the cap. And he let the lease on the slip kind of drop because, you know, he always talked about stuff and never actually did it. But he always used to wear the hat around, and he always dug the hat. Anyway, so he basically worked himself to death. He was 62 when he died. He was one of those kind of things where he'd work himself, work, and then his particular vice was eating. So he would, you know, work all day long, come home, eat a pie, like a whole pie. Who eats a whole pie? So he wound up by the time he was 62, he was about my height and about 400 some odd pounds, very large guy. And so he went to get gastric bypass surgery to, you know, fix the problem, and it didn't go well, and he never made it out of the hospital. So he was 62. Jake, my youngest son, was 3 months old. But anyway, so that was kind of him passing away was kind of the thing that kind of pushed me and Jules over the edge, because you know it's one of those things where, you know, that kind of lifestyle can, you know, can do that kind of thing to you. So that was really kind of what pushed us towards doing this, and so that is kind of our little reminder of Luigi. That was my dad's name, and he never got to see this place. He never even got to know it was an idea, but he would have loved this place, I think. Yeah, I think he would have dug it.